Yes, hello. My name is Ed Burgener, and I am the site coordinator for Naval Base San Diego. This recycling yard is my main yard, and we're the main office in the San Diego area. We have two other in Naval Base Coronado and one in Naval Base Point Loma. All these sites that basically do the same thing, and they bring all of their recycling materials to us because we have the baler. So we use the giant baler. We'll be walking out there in a few minutes and take a look at that. But this area in here is where the route trucks come in, and they would weigh their smaller items here on the scale. They keep track of that. Everything that comes in here is weighed, and everything that goes out is weighed. And that's how we know what our diversion numbers are. As we bring it in, we weigh it, and at the end of the month, we total all that up in our diversion report. Right over here, they're getting ready to bale this metal. And our baler will bale metal, it'll bale paper, it will bale cardboard. And these areas along the side here are just bays where we collect the material until we have enough to make bales out of it. This has all been hand sorted by our metal workers. They work on the other side of the fence behind the wire. They bring in, all the metal comes through them, and these guys really know their stuff. These little dumpsters that you see here in front are for the trash that they pick out of the cardboard as they're sorting it. The cardboard has to be sorted so that we don't send this stuff to the recyclers that are buying our cardboard. Right here in this bay, they're going to get ready to push it in right now. The machine has sensors on it, so it notices when it gets full, and it stops the conveyor, and then it does its compressing, and then it rings a buzzer to let you know that it's going to start up again, and then these red lights start flashing, and they flash the whole time that the conveyor is working. This is where we sort the aluminum cans, water bottles, wine bottles, beer bottles, different colors of glass. We got green, brown, and clear glass. These bales will weigh between 1,100 and 1,500 pounds. Watch this thing. It just whips this wire out and ties it and cuts it, and it's really neat. But it's kind of a little bit loose tied, but as it comes out, it normally expands, and that's where it really gets tight. And this wire is 11 gauge wire, and it's just really strong. Well, this machine is our deformer, and it will actually take a 50 caliber round if the operator misses it from this hopper back, and it goes into there and it discharges, and it safely can discharge in there without hurting anybody. That's how armor plated this deforming chamber is. It will actually, by the manufacturer, go up to a 20 millimeter, but we're not allowed by regulation, like I said, to go anything larger than a 50 caliber. So most of our river patrol people and the Seabees and, you know, all the Navy SEALs and that, they do a lot of shooting and practice, and always practicing, and they just bring in barrels and barrels of this brass, and we have to deform it. And then earlier I was talking about the plastics that's in the back. Those things are what they call sonar buoy tubes, and the helicopter squadrons go out into the ocean and they spit these sonar buoys out into the water, and that's how they track submarines and anything else that might be in the water. And these tubes are what they're kept in, and then they bring them back, and we recycle them, bale them, and send them off to a recycler somewhere, and they process them, and maybe it starts all over again. These dumpsters that you can see off down there, they're 40 cubic yard roll-offs, we call them, and they are full of metal that has been sorted. It could be the painted aluminum, it could be the irony aluminum, but they're already sorted, they're up for bid, and we're waiting for the customer to come and pick them up. These 4 red bins over here on this side, those are daily pickups. That's just steel that comes in, we sort it out, and all the steel and the appliances go directly into those bins, and then generally on a daily basis the recycler comes to us, picks up those cans, they weigh them, they take them out, dump them, and then they pay us the fee for the stuff. Here we have 2. This first bin we put clean wood in. Clean wood is defined as anything that doesn't have a stain on it, it doesn't have any paint or varnish on it, it doesn't have any oil or anything, it's just pure wood. That wood can go to the Miramar landfill, and there they run it through a giant shredder chipper, and they turn it into mulch. And you can go out there as a county resident and you can buy truckloads really cheap, and they dye it red, black, and there's another color, maybe it's tan or brown. And those 3 different colors that you can buy out there, and if you go out there in a small pickup, you can just load it as full as you can get it, and it's one price, you know. But that stuff then becomes diversion rather than going into the pit, as we call it. The second can is the pit. That's just plain trash. To save space and get as much in that can as we can, we generally bale the trash with our baler over there. So it really helps us. We get by with 1 can instead of 3 or 4 cans. We basically have 3 categories of pallets. These blue ones are called CHEP pallets. Then we have the all other pallets on the left, and on the right we have what they call the wing pallets. So there's a lot of wood that gets brought in here. We used to collect wood, and you can see the brown wood bins back there, but again, with the money crunch, we just couldn't afford the transportation expense of going out there and picking it up. So if people bring us the wood, we will take it, and you know, then the pallets that are good, they go over there to be sold, and they don't make a lot of money out of the $1.20 or $1.50 a piece is about all they get paid for them. And the wood itself, if it's not, then it goes in there, and we don't get any money for it, but we get diversion points at the landfill.